And good evening, and thanks for being with us on this Tuesday. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says he is planning to encourage the premiers to give police body cameras as a solution to allegations of racism and brutality. The cameras record the interactions officers have with the public, and Trudeau says they are one simple way to address complaints that police in Canada treat certain segments of society unfairly. He says fixing racial injustice will not happen overnight, but recent protests over the killing of a black man at the hands of police in Minneapolis have shown him more needs to be done quickly. The Prime Minister says he raised the issue with the RCMP Commissioner Monday and will pursue it with the premiers later this week. Meantime, Joe Biden, the presumptive Democratic nominee to challenge President Trump in November, met privately today with the family of George Floyd, whose death has led to protests around the world. Biden met with members of the family for just over an hour. Floyd's funeral will be held in Houston tomorrow. The federal government has announced it will be easing border restrictions, which will allow immediate family members from the United States to enter Canada under certain conditions. Ottawa says while border measures have been an important part of the government's response to the COVID-19 crisis, it admits it has separated some families. Now, in order to be allowed in, family members must have a plan to stay in Canada for at least 15 days. Non-essential travel has been halted at the border since March. John Copsey has more on this story from Parliament Hill. There is some good news tonight regarding Manitoba's unemployment rate. Just over 13,000 Manitobans went back to work last month after the province started to reopen sections of the economy. Stats Canada reports the retail and wholesale sectors accounted for 7,000 of those jobs. John McCallum, an economics professor at the University of Manitoba, says thanks to our diverse economy, our province has the lowest unemployment rate in Canada. The official jobless rate in May in Manitoba stood at 11.2%. Winnipeg police continue to investigate the city's latest homicide. Police say a 57-year-old man was stabbed on a city transit bus Sunday afternoon in what they are describing as a random attack. The victim later died in hospital, and police do have a suspect in custody. The details on that from our Jonathan Wilson. Winnipeg has had 17 homicides so far this year. The famous cartoon character Elmer Fudd will no longer be carrying a gun during his adventures. That's the word from HBO Max, which has taken over Looney Tunes. Now, in new episodes, Elmer will continue to chase Bugs Bunny all over the countryside, but without any firearms. Major League Baseball has offered a new proposal to the players for a 76-game season at 75% of their salaries. Now, if this plan is approved, the baseball season would start around July the 10th and end September 27th, with the postseason ending sometime in late October. Well, stay with us. Kevin Bergen will have a look at your weather forecast right after this.